Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, guys. Let's update our view on euro currency. So not much happened since our weekly report, but still some new inputs we have to discuss, and it's really could be very interesting action in euro currency. So if you remember the weekend, we said that technically euro currency looks not bad actually. So it keeps bullish, short-term bullish setup, and indeed it's maybe the upward direction could happen. But what we do not like with the euro currency right now is the fundamental and the sentiment background. So we do not see some real increasing of the bullish positions on the euro currency. And events that has happened, the data that has been released on Friday stands not in favor of the euro appreciation. So it keeps overall situation tricky, and it suggests that indeed market could show another leg down, because if you remember, our alternative scenario suggests appearing of the free drive buy pattern on the daily with a 112 target. Finally, all in all, it stands in relation to the major intraday support area that could work as an indicator for us. And until market holds this support, it means that it keeps chance on another leg up. Once this support will be broken, it reverses the situation and turn it to the downside, which will suggest that market should take out 113 lows and continue down to our OP target and complete our 112 free drive buy pattern. So currently situation mostly stands the same, but also we have some interesting moments. First of all, I would like to show you harmonic swing here. That could help us with just estimation of some of the targets, and in general could shed some light on the possible direction. So here is the harmonic swing, 188 pips on the euro currency. It equals approximately to the 5 smallest harmonic swings on the euro. So it approximately stands very good. So you can see here it was harmonic swing, this second one. Here is also was harmonic swing. Here is as well, as you can see. So it keeps very well. So if we'll put it here, you will see that the target will be approximately 114.91. And it is interesting that if market will form a kind of the ABCD that we talked about on the weekend, so we talked about the hand shoulders, and you can see this ABCD mostly coincides with the target of the harmonic swing. So from that standpoint, this action is possible, and it indeed equals to the possible destination point based on harmonic swing. But now let's take a look what we have on the intraday charts. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we see that market has confirmed our lows that we have talked about. It should be 618 retracement, we said, approximately equal to the bottom that stands here, to keep the harmony of the possible hand and shoulders pattern. So from that standpoint, everything stands well. Now, if you would like to take the long position and you haven't taken it here, it means that you should work with this upside swing and trying to take some position on retracement against these lows, with the suggestion that market should continue move higher. Maybe, for example, with the expectation that market could form here the, you can see, butterfly pattern. So it could be, as you can see, left wing of the butterfly, and it could be right wing of the butterfly, right? And it in general could lead us right to our OP targets, 115.05. It's based on this ABC, bottom, deep pattern. But guys, what I don't like with this situation, first of all, we have the bearish grabber and suggests the taking out of these lows. This already brings nothing good, because this pattern suggests the canceling of the overall construction, since this actually loss already has been estimated against this one, and its upward direction, the pullback is starting. So here it should be extension mode, because this was extension. You can see the thrusting action retracement back to the major support, and that will be another thrusting action to the target. Failure to do this, and especially drop below these lows, this will be big signal that probably market is turning down. Because don't forget also that as a butterfly could be formed here, as a butterfly could be formed to the downside. This could become the left wing, guys, and that could become the starting point of the right wing. And this butterfly actually very good match to our idea of the free drive pattern. So that's the first moment that it's first warning bell in this construction. Second moment that I don't like here is very weak upward pullback from the major support. So when you're dealing with the hand shoulders, this is the moment where the bulls taking the pace, taking the power, and control the situation. Here we see this on this slope of this of the head, and here the point where the most powerful action should start, we do not see this. And market actually hasn't reached even the neckline yet. Well, maybe this happened a bit later, but currently I don't like it too much. The bearish grabber on the dollar index that we have talked about is still valid as well. So this is just what we have mentioned in the weekly report, and this input is very important. It's one of the major patterns in bearish scenario that we have. Now on the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, overall situation was perfect. Market has confirmed. This is the pattern actually, guys, that we have talked about in the weekly report, but on weekend it has not been formed yet. So that's the butterfly that has confirmed lows and the major support, and this is the point where actually theoretically, based on this pattern, this position could be taken. So if you have missed this opportunity and you don't have position right by this butterfly, it's probably that's your working space. So you have the upward bounce from the bottom. Now you need to watch for retracement down. So first level is from 1396, second will be 1379. There's two levels that you could watch for position taken against these lows. That's the setup that you could follow if you have the bullish view on the market. But personally, guys, in the current circumstances, I do not want to take the long position. So that's just my view on the current situation. I suspect that I don't like the situation. It's too weak scenario, too weak context for me, because I have the grabber on the daily chart of the dollar index against overall this upward continuation. I have some signs of weakness on the euro currency on the 4-hour time frame chart that I also do not like. Also, I remember the fundamental and sentiment background that we have discussed, and it's 2 days to the session of the Fed. So that's also hardly it will support the euro, I suppose. So in that circumstances, personally, I do not want to take the long position here, but tastes differ. So if you think that it's could work, and indeed it could, that's the setup that we have on the hourly chart that you could keep an eye on. That's for those of you who would like to take the long position. Speaking about taking the short, I think that's a bit early, because for that purpose we need to see major failure of this construction. So for that purpose we need to see drop below these lows. Taking the position, short position right here, it's a bit very risky, and if you're a risky trader, you don't have the risk aversion in the current situation. So it's also possible, because actually we have the grabber on the 4-hour time frame chart. So maybe it also could work. But for me, I need to be more confirmation of the bearish context. I need to see the breakout of these lows and starting downward action back to these lows to make the decision on possible taking the short position. So currently, this is our view on the euro. So be careful with any long position, because bullish context still valid. It exists, but some signs that really don't like them.